Hi guys, it's Rodney here again. So for this episode, as you all know, I've been an insurance agent. I'm currently a real estate agent. So for this episode, I'm going to share with you guys, based on your personality traits, which job is more suited for you. Let's go. Okay, so the first thing that you got to ask yourself is whether are you more of a team player or are you more individualistic? Okay, so let's talk about insurance. So if you find yourself more of a team player, you need people who actually keep you accountable day to day. Insurance will actually be more suited for you. Why? Okay, so when you actually join an insurance company, when you join an agency, you will find that you get to mingle with your colleagues a lot more. So training are actually conducted every day, every week, and also a lot of times you get to see your colleagues to discuss about the plans, the policy, the products, and even talk about the clients. So when I was in the insurance agency, I get to see my colleagues almost every day of the week. Alright, so monthly meetings are compulsory, and so every week, every month, in the company level or in the agency level, there will always be challenges, there'll be competitions, there'll be incentives given to you based on month by month or sometimes even week by week. So for example, let's say if you are with an insurance company and there is a new product launch, so chances that you have to actually attend the product launch together as a team. So everybody will actually be involved in the new product. Because the new product will actually be very relevant to all the clients that you will meet out there, so you actually attend training as a team. Right, so there's also a lot of accountability. A lot of times you work together with a lot of clients and you will see yourself working with your colleagues a lot of the time. Alright, so now let's talk about real estate. So similarly in insurance, in real estate, you also have a team, but being in a team, you might be doing very different things. Alright, so what do I mean? So for example, if I'm a real estate agent that focuses on commercial properties, my teammate, although we are in the same team, may be focusing on an entire different spectrum like a residential property. So for example, there's a new commercial property launch. I might be keen to actually attend the product launch and learn more about their development. However, my teammate might not be. So I have to actually attend the trainings alone based on the area of focus. So being a real estate agent, you have to be much more self-motivated. So there's nobody to call you to say that, hey, wake up and do your prospecting, go and meet your clients. But if you are in an insurance agency, the chances of the upline actually calling you, ask where your whereabouts, what you doing every day, is higher because you are actually more involved in the team. Whereas for a real estate, you are more like a lone wolf. You actually plan your own prospecting, print your own flyers, and every day you actually are like an entrepreneur. There's nobody to tell you what you are doing. It's very hard for your leaders to actually keep track on what is your progress because only you will actually know what is your plan and you have to plan your own route and execute your own plan. But that's why in real estate it's very, very important to find the right team who shares your journey. You find the right leader who is able to help you to get to where you want to be. So for example, if you want to do private luxury residential, right? Find a leader that has already done that before or have the experience to be able to guide you through their journey. Another reason that I find that is very interesting that why in insurance you get to work with your colleagues a lot more is also the incentives, right? So what do I mean by that? So if you are in an insurance agency, frequently like every month, every week, the agency level or company level will actually throw out like incentives or challenges. Like for example, you hit a certain target every month or every week, you will get a bonus like a prize or sometimes give you vouchers. So these actually encourage a lot of camaraderie among the insurance agents. They work together on a team and sometimes the leads are given to a few members in the team to work on the lead together. So you can find yourself working a lot of time with different people on the same client. But if you convert back to the real estate industry, right, it's not realistic to actually do like monthly targets or even weekly targets because sometimes, for example, if you're working on a very large quantum deal, the turnaround time for real estate can be vary from a day to almost like even a year. You will find that it's not realistic for a company level to actually do like monthly challenge or even like weekly challenge. And as a result, right, you find that you working on that deal or that client, you are actually focusing a lot of time on that client instead of working with your colleagues. Alright, so last but not least, let's talk about the people you work with. So as I mentioned earlier, in insurance you work a lot with your colleagues and your team members from the same agency, right? But in real estate, you find that the people that you work with are similar to people that are focusing on your area of niche. So we could learn them like co-brokes. So for example, if we are focusing on project sales, right, like selling new launches in the real estate landscape, you'll find that people that you work with are always looking to market new launches. So the people that you work with can actually be not from your team, can be in a total different agency from you. So in terms of your comfort level with strangers or new people that you meet has to be very instantaneous. So it's very important that a real estate agent will build instant rapport, not only with your clients but also your co-broke. Again, insurance, you work with people of the same agency, your teammates, your team members. In real estate, you work with people who specialize in your area of niche. So that is the main difference between insurance and in real estate. Alright, so now let's move on to the second point, is whether are you more of a person that wants instant gratification or are you okay with delayed gratification? Why do I say that? And most importantly will be the pay. As you all know that insurance is actually a smaller quantum product. So the frequency of you closing deals in insurance has to be more often than in real estate. So in insurance, they actually give you, firstly, if you are a new insurance agent, you have a first year basic allowance scheme. And not only that, your commissions come in much quicker. Right, so every 2 weeks or up to every month, you can find that the company actually pay you commission upon you close a deal. So, but in terms of like real estate, you have to wait up to maybe 3 months, minimally to up to 1.5 years for your commission to come in. But of course, the amount of commissions that you are going to get is much higher than in the insurance deal. So not only that in property do you not get instant gratification, so a lot of times when you join the business, you have to plan for a lot of expense, right? Expense can become in the form of flyers, the cost of mailers, hiring telemarketers, and even perhaps getting your own phone or office space. So not only do you get paid fast, the outflow of cash to actually set up your business cost can be very high. Compared to it being joining an insurance agency, flyers are already printed for you, and office space is given by the company, and a lot of times when you go into the office, you really have landlines that are set up for you to do your daily calls. So you'll find yourself that not only do you not get paid fast, but your outflow of business expense is very much higher for real estate in the beginning. So that is something for you to consider as well. Correct? So you have to ask yourself like, if you are somebody that needs constant gratification or you need something that is able to reassure you that you're on the right path, real estate might not be the right one for you. For example, if you actually work on a deal for 3 months with a client and somehow the deal won't go through, the deal burst, right? Will you give up? Will you say that, wow, real estate is too hard for me? Or are you able to say, okay, never mind, I continue to work on the next client? And even if you close the next client, the money will only come in 3 months, maybe even half a year or even 1 year later. Are you able to live with that kind of scenario? So that is something that you have to ask yourself as a real estate agent. For an insurance agent, I think the gratification comes in much easier, even if you find that at the start that it's very hard to find clients. There's always friends, family who are able to support you through the first few months, buy a few policies from you, and you will see that slowly you are able to find your footing much faster. Alright, so that's the second point I share with you. Are you more of a person that's able to take delayed gratification compared to instant gratification? So more importantly, you need to ask yourself, are you able to focus all your time and effort to get that 20k deal and only be paid about 3 to 6 months later? Or are you more of a person that wants regular income, every week paid, although it's a few $100 or a few $1,000? Are you okay with getting regular but lesser income? Or are you more okay with getting big ticket income but you have to wait a slightly longer period of time? So the main difference between this insurance and real estate is that for real estate, the sky is really the limit. So real estate has go up to maybe 7-8 million, and one deal can actually make up to even 6 figures already. But for insurance, to make a 6 figures income is considered a pretty tough thing to do already. So just to compare, like insurance, we have the MDRT, what we call the $1 Million Roundtable Award. To be an MDRT last year, you are actually going to earn upward of 121k. correct? So MDRT in the insurance industry is considered the cream of the crop. However, a six-figure a month income is actually very possible in real estate. However, of course, the work behind it, to get a deal done actually takes a very long time. Yeah, so ultimately, you have to ask yourself, are you okay? Will you give up if you don't get the deal in the first 3 months? Are you able to wait for the commission to come in? You feel that you might be not somebody that will be able to push through, you are not somebody that's very patient, and insurance might be a job that is more suitable for you as compared to real estate. Okay, so the point number 3 I will share with you is that are you more of a planner or are you more of an executor? So what do I mean by that? Okay, so let's take for example a real estate deal. So for a real estate deal to happen, a lot has to come into place and a lot has to be in order. Not only must the client be able to afford the property, the laws and regulations must allow the client to actually buy the property that they want. And most importantly, right, you actually plan the timeline in a way that if a client sells a property, you will be able to buy without actually having to rent in between. So as a property agent, the most important thing you need to do, right, is to cover all elements and aspects and plan everything so that the deal will be able to happen without actually any hiccups or without any causing any duress for the client. So every case is different. And for example, today you're helping to sell a HDB, it differs very much from helping to sell a private property. Because the timeline you work with, the authorities you work with is already very different. Even the lawyers you work with are also very different. So you have to find creative ways to actually solve the problem, and this takes time. If you are working in real estate for a long period of time, experience, you actually go through several deals, you will learn more and more. But even till today, I find myself that with every deal, I'm learning something new. So the whole real estate relationship is very dynamic, and you have to take a lot of planning to get a deal through, right? So if you compare yourself to insurance, right, insurance will do well, you have to be a very good executor. So what do I mean by that? Because the insurance, when a client buys insurance, their due diligence is not as much as real estate. So a lot of times it's much easier as compared to buying real estate, right? So you have to be a very sharp executor. So you learn how the product works, how the concept works, pitch to the client. So if the client cannot afford, so majority what you have to do is like just reduce the premiums. So in terms of like analysis, the benefit illustration can be all found in the iPad. But for property, right, in order to find how much they earn, how much the previous owner earned, you have to actually go back to the certain research tools to look at how much the development made, how much the previous owner earned, how much was the land price. And all this information is not available just in the iPad. You have to really go and manually do the homework and the groundwork yourself. And sometimes you even have to go around the ground, look at the facing, look at whether the unit is windy and what is going to be built, look at the URA master plan. And there's much more elements to look at for a real estate deal as compared to an insurance deal. So again, if you are a very good executor and you are somebody that is very good at direct marketing, meeting people face to face, insurance is something that I believe will be much more of your strength. Because you already have everything pieced together with you before a deal, all you have to do is just execute. But for real estate, you have to actually plan majority of it, making sure that the client financials are okay, knowing the product well, knowing the development well, and a lot of times information is always not perfect. Alright, so I have actually come to the end of the video. I hope the pointer have shared with you actually help you make a decision whether you want to join real estate or insurance. So just to do a recap, so the main 3 pointers are: firstly, are you more of an individualistic person or are you more of a team player? Are you more of a lone wolf or you like working with people? Right, so again, if you like working with people, insurance will be more suitable. And if you are a lone wolf, real estate will be something that is more suitable for you. Right, secondly, are you somebody that is able to pull off gratification? Because although real estate commissions are much bigger than a typical insurance deal, the commissions come in very slowly. And last but not least, are you more of a planner or are you more of an executor? So if you are more of an executor, actually join insurance because everything, the data that you need, the products are all actually taught to you and they are all prepared for you in the iPad already. So you have to execute very well to make sure that the clients will actually want to buy those products from you. However, if you are a real estate agent, you have to cover every element of the deal, make sure that everything is okay for the deal you actually go through. So you have to navigate your way through a very deep jungle. Alright, so these are few of examples that I share with you to see whether you are more suitable to become a real estate agent organization, and I hope this video will actually give you a clearer idea of both jobs. Alright, so I can actually come to the end of the video. So if you do like my content, do remember hit the like and subscribe button. And if you do have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram. If not, I'll catch you in the next video, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.